What's up, y'all? Welcome to this week's installment of the Socially Distant Podcast with Josh and Geeb. This is our third installment.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
We got a very special episode for y'all today. It's an episode of first.
Definitely episode
If
first.
that makes sense. It's our first. Today's our first interview on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? We having our first guest today. We'll get into that a little bit later. And then today is our first episode without M as an official cast member. We also gonna get into that a little bit later. But first, I'm just gonna give it off to Josh with the weekly Corona update.
All right,
So
first
take it away,
off,
my boy.
if I see any of y'all coming at me wearing these headsets, I'm right at y'all in the comments, just so y'all know. All right.
We here for the smoke in the comment section. Please comment with some smoke because we here for it.
All right, and then second off, we want to thank our new unpaid intern, Trin, for this weekly Rona update. She been working her ass off. All the shit you seen on the Instagram and Twitter, that's all her. We appreciate all that hard work from her.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely did a little bit of the social media thing, but we want to put as much time into the content as we can. So she decided that she was going to help us out with the social media aspect of the podcast because we want to have a 360 approach to our platform. We don't want to just put out the podcast and then not have a good social media to go along with it. So exactly. we really appreciate Trent for doing that. And
also shout out Laura for the new what's it called?
The new cover art.
Yeah, new cover art. Shout out to her for that too. All right, but
and shout out to CC for the old one.
Yeah.
You know the vibes.
All right. You got any more shout outs before we get into this?
No more shout outs, bro. We could just get straight into the weekly Corona, bro.
All right. So what Trin has wrote up about, remember to continue to self-quarantine and stay inside. Globally, the coronavirus has over 1.5 million confirmed cases with 350,000 recoveries and 100,000 fatalities. The U.S. total death has surpassed Italy's with a total amount of deaths with 19,000, and Italy has a total of 18,000. Right, bro. Right. Remember they were saying like this wouldn't even like affect U.S. like that? Crazy.
Yeah, I remember what they were saying, bro. They was capping to us. That's why, honestly, I don't blame the people, the citizens, for not taking it as seriously as they should have because they didn't know. And what they was being told is, oh, we gonna have it figured out soon. So they was just going on about their regular life. So I really can't blame the people who were in the beginning not taking it that serious. Now, if you still trying to run around, be outside, then that's on you. You just
So as we stated in the last podcast, this is the 2.5 week mark. So everything should. This is why like we're the most death tolls and everything like that. This is like the worst period that we stated before. So like it's showing
peak. Go ahead. Now it's like at its peak. So it's going to like affect the most people right now, and that's definitely how it's looking because the numbers definitely going up. And if you feel any symptoms, like make sure you go get checked out because if you don't go get checked out, then you could be putting other people around you at risk, even if it's like the most minor symptoms and you feel good the next day. Still make sure you go see if you can get a test.
Yeah, real shit. So like that's why from here, who's the guy that's Dr. Anthony? What was his last name?
Fauci,
yeah, that's the boy.
Dr. Fauci been everywhere talking about the ronys. So like, if you want some good quality information on the coronavirus, just look up Dr. Fauci. He been everywhere over the past few weeks.
Yeah, and he said that after this week we should be like a turn for the good. So hopefully we should be out the crib like the next, I don't know, couple weeks
maybe.
Hopefully, because I know we're not getting out on the 30th, bro. Ain't no way.
Yeah, we're definitely not getting out on the 30th. That's dead. But just make sure, even when we do get outside, just just keep on making sure you take precautions because it is going to be another wave of this in the fall too, and we trying to make that go as smoothly as possible.
All right, then last thing Trent wrote, the top British scientist of Oxford University, Sarah Gilbert, said there's an 80% chance that there will be a vaccine by September. Like every week, they're collecting more and more data about the vaccine. So we'll
Like
see.
I said, we already talked about a vaccine last week. Y'all got that. I don't want no parts of it. I'm cool. Y'all good. So I know a lot of y'all been asking me questions about this. You know what I'm saying? There have been a lot of people in my DM since we posted our statement. People been texting me about it. They want to know what happened with M. I definitely think I did a good job of describing it without putting out anything too personal, I guess, in the statement that I did release. But we do want to be as transparent as we can be with our listeners, you know what I'm saying? Give them full access into what's going on at all times with the socially distant pod. So we thought that we would just expound on what led up to this. And I know Josh got a lot more to say than I do about it, so I'm just going to go first and say that there were issues between them two that I would say predated the podcast. But it was always like nothing that couldn't be sorted out or figured out. But over time things do take a toll on a relationship between two people. So, I think that it just reached the point where it wasn't worth salvaging to either of them, in my opinion, which is okay because people outgrow each other all the time, and I think that's what I feel like happened. They just had two different perspectives on how to deal with a situation, which is fine, but I think that they decided that it would be best to not continue the friendship, and with that came M's departure from the SDP. So, Josh, if you care to elaborate
Are you
on
done?
how you
You done with your
feel about
profession?
the situation,
You done with your professional answer, bro?
I might piggyback if I see fit, but yeah, I'm done for right now.
All right. So let's get it right into it. Let's get right into the shits, yo. All right, because I don't like how my name getting dragged around in these fucking streets right now. All right. So what happened was we were having a conversation in our group chat, if I remember correctly. You tell me when I'm capping or if I'm not capping,
No,
right?
I'm
You always
gonna
you
keep
always
you
hold me.
honest, bro.
You
I'm gonna
always
keep
keep
you
me
honest.
honest. All right. So I made a joke in the group chat. I just said like, oh, me and M wouldn't be friends if I never wanted her or whatever. So being the person I am,
Wait. You gotta give a background though.
you want me to give the background?
Give a little background with some context, because that without
How much
context is
background?
a little
How much background you want me to give?
just
We
about
not
this,
we not
just about what
explode
you said.
what I
Yeah,
said
no,
there.
just
What I
about
said there.
just why you said what you said.
Oh, because she was talking about how her freshman year, like how her and her friends were like so hot and everything, and how like her one friend uh had a boyfriend or whatever, and I was just jokingly said like, oh, if she didn't have a boyfriend, like we wouldn't be friends because I would have went after her because I wanted her or something like that. I'm getting my point across, right?
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
I what I will say about that is I do understand what you were saying, and I understand that that wasn't meant to be an insult at all. But I do understand how someone can take that as an insult at the
Okay,
same
bro.
time.
Okay, bro. But bro, every single time you offend somebody, we have to go back and apologize. If we were apologizing for our whole entire life, we would be apologizing
I
every
don't
single day,
apologize
every
though.
single hour. I'm not
I don't
apologizing either for something
apologize.
that's honest, bro. Come on now. I'm not
All right, yeah,
apologizing for
you was
that.
being 100%. You was being honest.
So then Like, she talking about, I'm a piece of shit. I ain't shit. I'm an asshole. I don't care about other people's feelings. Come on now, bro. That's some bullshit, bro. Come on now. Like, I don't got no ill will to her. I hope the best for her and all that shit, but we're not going to talk bad on me like that, bro. After all I've done for her, bro, we're not going to talk bad on me about that shit. Because I made a joke, bro. How sensitive you have to be to not take a joke, bro. And everyone who know me know I joke around all the time. So we're not going to do that shit, bro. And if you want to like live your life apologizing to everyone who offends you, bro, that ain't it. That ain't how you live life, bro. I'm gonna let you know now. And if someone who don't think that right, then y'all can come talk to me about that shit, cause that ain't no way to live your life, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Basically, my man said what he said. He's unapologetic about it, and if anybody disagree, they could eat a dick.
That's basically how I feel, bro. That's basically how I feel because, bro, you go like in life, you go and offend people, bro. People not gonna like shit that you say. People are not gonna like shit that you do, bro. You're not about to just like apologize every single time you offend somebody. You go your whole entire life apologizing. You think Kobe apologizes to people? You think Bron apologizes to people for offending somebody throughout their career and shit? You think Bill Gates apologizes to people? Come on now, bro. Nah, we're not doing that, bro.
I also feel like, me personally, I don't know if you agree, but there is a level of professionalism that I like to maintain,
Bro,
especially with this
and
in
if
the
we really want to
beginning.
get into shits, M didn't care about this shit, bro. If we really want to give a fuck, if we really want to care, bro. I don't know. You probably not gonna say because you professional, but I'm gonna keep it a beam with everybody that's listening. M did not give two fucks about
That's what
this
I was
shit,
about to
bro.
get into. That's what I was
M did
getting
not give two
into.
fucks about this shit, bro.
Like I was
She didn't want
saying,
to promote this shit. She didn't want to do no extra work. She's talking about give me a job. No, bro. I'm not trying to like. That's just what I saw, bro. I could be wrong, but that's how
I
I
was saying
felt.
before, there is a level of professionalism that I would like for this platform to be conducted with, and I would say that all that wasn't being carried out at all times on
Bro,
her end.
you know what we get into every single day, bro. We talk about this shit all the time. We talk about, oh, how can we make it better? How can we do this? How can I get this? Who can I get on here? We asking her, oh, who do you want to interview? How do you feel about this? I don't care. I don't care. Anybody. I don't care. That's fine. Come on now, like we trying to actually like do something like productive around here, bro. We don't need I don't cares around here. I
Yeah,
actually
I
saw some.
definitely.
Let me say. I saw something on like Instagram today. It's like you can't get corrected without being offended. You'll never grow in life, bro. That shit stuck with me today, bro. That shit was perfect for
That shit
right
hit.
here.
That shit hit,
That
bro.
shit hit, bro.
I just feel like like I said, she didn't always carry out that level of professionalism. Like as a person, I love her, but I do feel like it just wasn't a good fit for what we were trying to do, and that's okay because sometimes you're not always gonna be a good fit for certain projects that you do with certain people. But sometimes you just got to realize that early, like we did, and go our separate ways, and just keep doing what we're doing. I have no bad blood, you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't got no bad blood to her either.
I hope she, whatever
I'm
she
just keeping
decides to
it
do
being.
next. I hope
I'm
whatever
just
she
keeping it
decides to
being.
do next, you know what I'm saying, she succeeds at.
Real
But
shit.
this definitely, I guess it just wasn't for her, and that's cool. But our goal here is to give the best possible content that we can, and I think that's all we have to say about that. Unless you have something more.
Nah, I'm good. You have me in my fucking Joe Budden bag real quick.
My fault, bro. My fault, bro. I didn't mean to take you there to that place, but I think now we're gonna segue on to our interview. It's a very special interview today.
Be good.
What's up, everybody? Today we got a very special guest in the building on the Socially Distant podcast. We got Marcus Singleton, international basketball superstar. Thank you for being here with us, Marcus. How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. I'm just irritated and bored. I feel you on
Yeah,
that.
man, I hear that. How you holding up during the quarantine?
I mean, most of the stuff I do anyway ain't affected, man. But most importantly, man, like I just try to keep myself busy. Try not to look at CNN and the news too much. Try to look at it just enough to have some idea what's going on. But
Yeah, yeah,
just try to keep myself busy.
yeah. I think now it's important to do your own research and not get it from the news media because they're
Real
gonna
straight.
skew it the way they want to skew it.
Definitely going to school the way they want to skew it.
Most definitely.
But we gonna get right into our interview. You know what I'm saying? Marcus, can you tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do?
My name is Marcus Singleton, aka OT, aka Must See, aka International OT 215, you know. But yeah, man, all jokes aside, I'm a retired professional basketball player. I played in South America and Asia for about 5, 6 years. I've been coaching and training over in Southeast Asia for the past 3 years. You know, I'm just your average guy, man, that just never gave up, kept pushing through all the negativity, all the no's, all the doors that was closing. I'm just a prime example of someone that can tell people that all you have to do is believe in yourself, man. Anything is possible, man. You're gonna have doubters in life. You're
Yep.
gonna have people that put, like Jay-Z say, you're gonna have people that put their fears on you because they're afraid to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I'm just an ordinary guy that just like chased his dream. And you know, I didn't make it to the NBA, but I was able to successfully play professional basketball overseas for a few years, form a lot of relationships, start some businesses, and now I'm coaching and training kids now. You know,
So like
Yeah.
let's talk more like about like where do you first like started playing basketball? Let's just go there.
to be honest, basketball wasn't even my first sport. My first sport was baseball. But I probably started playing basketball at like the age of maybe 8 or 9 years old, maybe
Mm-hmm.
8 or 9. That's when I first started playing it. I wasn't really like passionate and in love with it in the beginning. Um, I first became passionate and real serious about it when I first seen Michael Jordan, and I believe that was the when I first saw him play. I think that was the 91 or 90. I think 91 when he won his first championship.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it wasn't 91. I was too young then. This was I think 9-6 when they beat Utah.
Okay. Okay.
You know, when I was around
All
like
right.
10 or 11 years old. That's when I
Was that
really
number
started
5?
taking it real serious around that
Mm-hmm.
time.
So tell us about the journey that basketball took you on and all the things that you was able to do uh but through the game of basketball.
Uh, Anybody could tell you I'm a prime example of a journeyman. I should be the number one journeyman. I should be in the Hall of Fame of journeyman. You know, where can I start? It was a journey. It was a tough road. It was plenty of bumps. Where can I start? So basically, from elementary to middle school, you know, I was real skinny, smaller than everybody. Um, was athletically awkward, as you could say. I was a late bloomer, so I really didn't play at all. You know, I went to camps. I played in leagues at the YMCA's. Think positive image, like all the like stuff that everybody else was playing in the city, but like I wasn't really playing. Um, Only time I really got a chance to play was in camps when they gotta let you play. High school, I got cut twice in high school. I got cut in 10th grade and 12th grade. I got cut twice in high school. That was hard. You know, I played around. I didn't go to class all the time. I didn't have the best grades. Most of the time I was either academically ineligible or you know, I was so bad to the point that I wasn't like no Iverson. So the coach in the school didn't want to even let me play.
Mm-hmm.
So high school, it was pretty much it was the hardest for me. I would come to practice, and the coach would I would come to trials, I would do my thing. Assistant coach would be there because our coach was the disciplinary aide at the same time. So I would always be in his office all the time for stuff. So he would tell me, don't come to tryouts. And I would come anyway. And once he'd get there, he'll just kick me out. So I had no chance, but I just would go for the wreck. I would get there early, cook everybody, go at the best players or whatever, or get cooked myself and just be out. So high school was hard. I didn't really get a real chance to really play until I went to Lower Marion. When I moved out there, Coach Downer gave me a workout when I went for orientation, gave me a little private workout, killed the joint. He had me do my vertical. He wanted to see how good my vertical leap was. He had me shoot, had me do conditioning. I killed the joint. Automatically made the team, went through practice, killed everybody, tryouts, made the team. Played in a couple scrimmages, preseason games. But again, same problem. Couldn't keep my grades up. Gave me one chance, told me to get my grades up. Marking period came again, let me go. So then that pretty much was all the high school ball I played.
Mm-hmm.
Then after high school, I didn't go to college right away for the first 2 years. First 2 years, I went the street ball route. When I was coming up, and one was really the move. A lot of people wanted to be on the and one tour and make it to get an and one contract, even more than they wanted to make it to the NBA.
Yeah,
You know,
I remember that.
that's how it was in my era. Because it was more realistic. It was more realistic. Them dudes was regular dudes.
Yeah.
Because it was just more realistic. It was fun. You got sold out arenas. You could do tricks. You're going here, there. You're getting free gear. You're going everywhere. It became more of a dream for me. So I did that for first 2 years out of high school. I did that. Cross everybody up in the neighborhood, all the leagues, doing slip and slides, all kind of crazy stuff. People mad at me that I'm doing it, but in the beginning, but then, irking people. But then later on, I got really good at it. So then I was putting on shows and getting ISOs and all that, but it wasn't doing nothing really for me. I was doing just bragging rights. So I did that. Then when I hit the age of 20, that's when my mom told me I had to stop playing around and get my life together and do something with myself. I'm grown now. So that's when I went to community college, Delaware County. I went there. My first year there, made the team, had the same problem. Grades, messed up. Was cool, but I still was able to play. So I played my first year, the first half. Then the second half, I couldn't play because I ended up I played the second half because my first half, I got stabbed, and I had to withdraw out of school and all that. So it was really rough for me. So then doctor told me I wouldn't be able to play ball for at least 6 to 8 months. But like I said, I never let nobody tell me what I could or couldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
So I got back on the court within 3 months and got right to it, played the second half of that year, then came back the following year, didn't play much the first year. First year I averaged I think 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. My sophomore year, I stepped it up. I averaged 15, 8 rebounds and 5 assists. And then from there, I started getting offers at D2 and D1 schools to transfer. After I was done my eligibility there, couldn't keep my grades up, man. Fooling around C minus, C plus grades. So a lot of my bumpy road was my fault. But I did that, and actually Phil Martelli, I knew him from going to the camps and all that from ages 8 to 18. I talked to him. He actually gave me a green light. Said if I could get and graduate at DCCC with a 2.5, he said that I would automatically be on the team and I would be good. I would have to earn my own playing time. Got up to a 2.4, couldn't get the 2.5, man. So I lost that opportunity. So then from there, I'm losing all the offers because I can't get my grades up and my clock is ticking. So then I ended up transferring to Slippery Rock University where my junior college coach knew the coach there. So he got me recruited there, and I was going to go there and play. And then last minute, they fired the coach. They bring in another coach. So then I'm stuck. There's no other school. So I go there, and I had to try out. So I went from having a spot to having to try out. Everybody that's played collegiate basketball, they know when new coaches come in to bring in their own recruits, how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Mm-hmm.
I
I
had
know
to prove
exactly.
myself. So all that time at JUCO, from getting stabbed, from fooling around, taking almost 2.5 years to finish a 2-year program, I burnt out most of my eligibility on the D2 level. My D1 clock was done. I only had, let me see, I think I had 2 semesters left, but I only played 2 years at the JUCO. So because I didn't have my associate's degree in time, I had to sit for a semester. So I only had 1 semester left. So he just was like, it's no point. So then I just practiced and I played in the murals with the team and all that and did that. And I just worked out and stayed in shape.
Mm-hmm.
And just always was in the gym, always was lifting, always was running, and just stay ready. Like I was in better shape than dudes that was on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I was lifting with them. I was calling them up like, yo, you trying to go running? Like I like we was like getting it in. So then after all that, when I finished all that, I was like, man, I probably won't never play ball like on a high stage ever again. But I just, I didn't give up. I came home, played in the little leagues and stuff like that, stayed in shape. And then from there, bam. And then from there, I kept playing in like rec leagues. And then there was a semi-pro team that started in West. I started playing with them, played a few games. And then I got a call from a guy named Calvin Brown that had a team from Maryland in the same minor league, pro league. And he took me with a couple of his guys from the DMV down there, and we played on like a 2-3 month tour. Like it was like similar to N1, but it wasn't. Like we was like, I'm talking about crazy. Like we had sold out arenas. Like I'm talking about like no exaggeration. Like I'm talking about like worse than probably what I see LeBron and Curry them go through when I watch them on TV. Like I'm talking about like I walk, because you gotta understand, like these people never seen Americans.
Yeah.
And I'm in Lima, Peru. I'm down in South America. These people never seen Americans. And then on top of that, they definitely never seen no Black Americans.
Yeah.
And then third, Black American basketball players.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
this is the closest they're going to get to like being around these NBA players. So like, I'm talking about walking in the arenas. I'm talking about like, I got a hat on. Somebody snatched the hat off my head walking in. I'm talking about like crazy, like women screaming, begging me to give them their number, their Facebook. Like por favor, Facebook, like I'm talking about like crazy, like to the point that like I'm like, yo, if this is what I'm going through down here, what they go through on a daily basis. Like I'm talking about, I can't even eat with my teammates in the mall, people walking up to me with I'm talking about like not even asking, like putting the pen and the paper in my face while I'm eating. Like that was just like a humbling experience, man. Like some people down there let it go to their head, but it was like a humbling experience. So that's where I really started, you know what I'm saying, on that tip. And I did that 2 years in a row out there, form relationships and all that. And then from there, bam, then I just started getting phone calls from people like, yo, come to this camp, come here, come there, go there, get cut, go to the next one, get cut, go to the next one, not give up. Bam, 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 bam. Mind you, I'm a 6'2" guard. So we dying in this business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm grinding bad. So then after all that, then I just kept pushing, and I ended up getting a call. I went out to DR, got invited out there, was playing in tournaments out there. I ended up being on the same team as Jamichi Rice. Y'all know Jamichi Rice is, that's the youngest son of Glenn Rice.
Mm.
So I'm in there practice one day. Glenn Rice comes walking in practice. So I'm looking. Mind you, I was a kid when he was playing for real. So like he walked in, I'm looking like, yo, man, where do I know this dude from? And then like I'm looking like, yo, that's man. I'm like, yo, that's Glenn Rice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So then from there, I'm just forming relationships. You know what I mean? From there, and then from there, like I just kept grinding. Every time I came home, I would just go get back in the gym. And then I had opportunities. I got invited to go out LA and train with the pros and a lot of them NBA guys that be in the summertime. And I just went out there for like 4 summers in a row. And every time I was home, I went out LA, practice, hoop. Like I'm talking about, I was in the gym with the Thompson brothers, Clay and Michael Thompson one time. One time Stanley Johnson was in the gym. Harden came in there. JaVale McGee. Like just a lot of people that like people would be like, yo, like I'm talking about like this regular, like no Hollywood, like no, let me get your autograph. Like dudes just come in, yo, what's good, bro? Where you from? Type, just get to it.
Yeah.
Before Rico Hines, I don't even know if Rico Hines had that going on at that time. I think it was just starting. But I'm just out there like with all these type guys, man, and I'm like in the gym with them, working out, hooping, working on my hand, my game, my condition. I'm just in there with them, and it's like that was my first time really being around them type dudes, seeing and playing against them, and like, damn, like it's really levels to this, like it's really levels to this. Like I'm talking about effortless, like no sweat, just like I'm talking about like the worst NBA player you see in there will give you 100, like with no problem.
Damn.
Like I'm out Venice Beach, George Hill. He an average NBA player. I'm talking about he getting 50 balls out there in one half.
God damn.
Like easy. So then from there, I formed relationships with people and I grinded, and I just got to where I needed to get. And then from there, that's when I flew out Asia and I started getting out there in that mix. And the next thing I know, I'm out Mongolia where Genghis Khan and them from. I'm out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm out Mongolia. First, when they said Angolia, they said Mongolia. I'm thinking of Angolia, like when Barkley back in the day, Dream Team elbowed the dude in his chest.
Oh, yeah. I know.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I ain't going over no Angolia. I'm cool. But they like Genghis Khan. I'm like, for real? So I go over there. That experience was crazy, though. That experience, I'm talking about, it was nothing like the DR in Peru where it was love. I'm talking about everywhere I go, people trying to fight.
Yeah.
Like, rumble, like Mongolia, like I'm talking about, like I couldn't do nothing. Like you couldn't go to the club, dudes trying to swing on you. You can't go out to the restaurant, the bar. I'm talking about like it was just bad. Like that was the only country I've been where like I love y'all out there. You mean no disrespect, y'all could be like that's the first place I ever been where I felt unwanted. Yeah, that's the only place I ever been. And I wasn't really feeling it there. I had a homie from college that was playing in Singapore in Southeast Asia. He like, look, it's 3 teams out here looking for a guard right now, man. Bam. I negotiated with the 3 teams, and that's how I ended up in Singapore. I played with 2 different teams out there. And then from there, like I said, the relationships kept going. And then so that's where I'm at now, where I'm training, coaching kids. So, like, I go over to any of them countries in Asia anytime I want and do my own private lessons, set up my own camps, or do a collaboration with somebody else. But like it was never given to me. Like nobody never like, yo, that's my man. Give him a jersey. Look out, or like somebody knew my mom or knew my uncles. Nah, it was. I don't know what it's like to have no silver platter laid out for you on no basketball court. I had to always work for it.
Yeah, I feel you on that. So like, let's go off those like moments that you had like overseas. What was your favorite? What was your least favorite? You think?
I say you talking about like just being out and about, or you mean like
your best memories playing basketball overseas and your worst memories playing basketball overseas?
Okay, best memories. My best memory, I would say, was in Peru, because over there I really felt like a rock star. Like I couldn't go nowhere without nobody running up, asking for an autograph, or somebody giving me something free. Like I walk in the store, oh no, it's okay on me. Like over there, it was like I really like that was the best. That was the best experience. Like to this day, I ain't been out there since like 2013. If I pulled up, there's a plenty places I could just pull up and I would be good. Like wouldn't need no money or nothing. Like I mean, that was the best situation. As far as like that. But as far as the worst, I would say in Mongolia, like one time I was out in the club, one time with my teammates, and we having a good time and everything, and we sitting there at the table, you know, laughing, talking, having drinks or whatever. And you know the ladies around, but the worst experience was like they had in Asia, they had like they don't allow you to smoke in the clubs. So they have like smoke rooms inside the clubs where you have to go smoke, but it's like closed off. So like I was with my team and like everybody out there smokes cigarettes heavy. Like I'm talking about they smoke cigarettes before practice, after, like it's nothing. And still be in shape. Like, you know.
That's different.
That's like some 1950s level different shit.
Yeah, that's how they are. Like, you know, you see somebody in the States chain smoking cigarettes, they're not gonna be able to outrun you on no court when it's time to do suicides. But over there, don't be fooled. But like we was in the club, I was in the smoking room with them chilling while they was sitting there smoking, and this dude walked up. He was like probably about your size, gig, maybe a little taller. Walked up on me and was like, "Hey, I never met like Black American players. I love y'all. Y'all the best." Took a picture, selfie, shook my hand, all that. Then like I was with them later on in the room again. They went back in there like an hour later. Go in there, same dude comes in. So you know the energy with the vibe was cool. So when I see him walk in, I don't think nothing. Like there's no negative, like nothing gonna happen. He come in, he like, "I forgot to tell you something." I'm like, "What?" He comes up to me and like takes his two fingers and like hits me like this. So I look at him like my reaction, like, "Yo, what you doing?" He seemed a little bent because the way he moving. So like he tapped me. I'm looking at him like, he like, "I forgot to tell you something." I'm like, "What's that?" He was like, "We don't like you and you know what, over here." And then from the gate, before I could even react, he just tried to take my head off. And I just like ducked it. I ducked. And then all my bulls I was with out there, they just started tussling with them in the club. They just started tussling, and then we left. So that was the worst experience. Cause like I was lit, and I'm mind you, this ain't like no European country or no other country in Asia where a lot of Americans or foreigners are there for business, for teaching, for playing basketball, soccer. I'm in Mongolia where it's probably 30 foreigners in total in the country. Black people, probably, let me start, Americans, probably like 10 out of maybe 15. Out of all them 15 Americans, maybe it's 5 or 6 blacks there.
Yeah.
So you can understand like the ratio, how much I'm outnumbered.
So like you ain't had no numbers on your side, nothing.
Nah, I had I had one teammate, Kashif Watson. That was CJ Watson brother used to play for the Magic. He was there with me. I had him there with me. Smush Parker and to Hashim Tabit was out there, but you know they was former NBA players, so you know they didn't mingle with like the rest of them.
Yeah.
They just doing their own thing.
So would you say that was your biggest culture shock, like out there?
Yeah, because everywhere I ever went is always love. That was the first place where like I had to really like, it was worse than being back in the hood back in Philly, like having to look over my shoulder, seeing if somebody going to sucker punch me. That's how bad it was out there. Like it was.
I heard that it get kind of violent over there in like the Southeast Asian countries a little bit. And
yeah, it depends on which country you in though. Most of the Islamic, like the Muslim Asian countries, is pretty peaceful. Like Singapore, Malaysia, they got watch what I say because I might be back over there. You know, Malaysia is like is straight. They got JB, a small like city on the border of Singapore. It's like people be getting robbed but like their standards of like violence is like they might have like 5 people get robbed in a year, and they think it's like the most dangerous place to be. You know, so like they're pretty. Indonesia, it's straight there. Another like Muslim, ain't no problems there. Philippines, they wouldn't hurt a fly. Filipino people, they don't want no trouble, no violence. It's pretty chill. You don't worry about nobody really. The places in Southeast Asia where it's crazy probably at, I would say probably like Cambodia.
Yeah.
Probably wild out there. I ain't never been to Cambodia. Probably Cambodia. Um, Vietnam, maybe. I don't know. I've never been to Vietnam.
Mm.
But yeah, so it get crazy. So probably Thailand probably could get a little crazy, but it also depends on who you hang with, who you around, what you
Yeah.
getting into. If you out there thinking, oh, I'm an American and I could talk to y'all any way I feel like it because I'm from the U.S., then you're being in some deep, you know what, man.
Yeah, for sure. So like out of all the places you've been in your career, what's your favorite place to play at? Like where was your favorite place that you played?
Like your arena could be nothing to fan, something like just how you had your best game, some like favorite place.
I would say the favorite place I played would be Singapore because it was very safe, very secure. You don't got to worry about no violence, nothing like
Mm-hmm.
that. But like from fans and all that. But like, I would say Singapore because like everybody in the country when we were playing, people would leave work, would leave school early. I would say there. I would say the most challenging place I ever played, like as far as like, I would say the DR, because when I played in the DR, like we was like straight in the hood, like dudes on the sideline with machetes in their hand, talking crazy,
Damn.
stuff like that. Like that was the most challenging place I would say. Even though Mongolia had to deal with all that, but like I didn't have people like on the side of the bench with a machete in their hand.
Yeah. So like, what do you think was your best game throughout all your career that you can think of off the top of your head?
And not just professional, just anywhere.
Anywhere.
I would
Like
say
how many?
my best game was my sophomore year at college. We had a scrimmage with American Christian with Tyreek Evans. They used to practice at the same facility where we practice at. And they wanted to give an early glimpse of Tyreek Evans. Everybody knew he was going to NBA. So CN8 came out. And it was crazy. Like the game was like right outside of Chester. So it was like all of Chester, like no Philly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me and like one of my teammates from Philly, and that was it. So it was like me versus them in the whole city of Chester. I'm talking about like I watched Tyreek Evans. Like I used to see him practice. I used to see him like shoot lift when I used to have practice and stuff. I used to see him, but like in the layup line, like I'm talking about like in the layup line, I'm talking about he doing all kind of like layups. The layup package was one thing about him, like his layup package was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I've seen highlights on him
Nah,
the other day on NBA TV, like in jelly.
That's
like his
real rap.
layup, like the way he would just like he'll hold the ball up in his hand, cuff it. Like his layup, like it ain't too many people messing with his layup package. Like
Mm-hmm.
his layup package was crazy. His handles was
That's one of
crazy.
the
But
things that had me think he was gonna be a superstar for real, for real.
Yeah.
the crazy thing about him, the one thing was crazy about him was like his form when he shot it. It looked like he wouldn't make it, but like it was wild because the scouting report on him was that like make him shoot, he couldn't shoot, but like he could shoot. Like it was
Yeah.
like he was so skilled. Like I wasn't used to, like, you gotta understand, as I got in, like I was much younger then, but like it wasn't, he had that whole, what can I say? He had that playground game like Flip Murray. Like
Yeah.
he had that
Yeah.
playground game. You could tell who got good by dribbling around cones their whole life and who actually like learned on the playground. You could tell that he learned on the playground.
Mm-hmm.
And man, but like that game was crazy. Like, I was young. I was older than him though, but I probably was like 20, 21, he might have been like 18, but he was like 10 times better than me. But like I remember like our best player, he was like much older than us. He was like 25. You know, when you play in JUCO, you can have people of all ages.
Yeah.
So like we had this dude on our team, Lorenzo. If he hear this podcast, he'll be mad. But look, facts is facts. Lorenzo was playing scared, man. He was playing scared. It was him and another guy. They were older guys do Manny. He could jump out the gym. They both from Delaware. They both was 25. So like our coach thinking they like the players to put the oldest guys on him. Man, I'm talking about he was playing scared. Everybody was playing scared. Like he called a timeout. He said, man, everybody's scared. Man, he put me in. I got my chance, man. I said to myself, I'm looking at Tyree Evans. I'm talking about he doing whatever he want to do. Layup packages, step backs, shooting the ball behind his head. Or like, it just was crazy. I said to myself, I said, yo, I said, I get in the game, man. I'm going to make sure this dude remember me and know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I just was telling the whole game before I got in. I'm just looking like, yo, man, I'm guarding him. And he's going to remember. If he don't remember my name, he's going to remember the light-skinned boy, something. He going to remember something. And as soon as I got in, man, I hopped in my Patrick Beverly mode. Like, it didn't do me no good, but I hopped in my Patrick Beverly mode. Like as soon as 94 feet him all the way up, I'm talking about, I'm up on him. Like, I'm talking about, like, I'm up on him to the point that, like, I almost can kiss him. Pause. I'm up on him. I'm up on him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up on him, and like it's just so easy for him. Like he's just like smiling, laughing, dribbling, just doing whatever. But every time I had the ball, man, if he wasn't guarding me, I asked for a ball screen to get him on me, and I just was going at him. The cameras was rolling, the whole Chester was there, and like you know how dudes like that, they don't take it as serious as you, so they play it sweet in the beginning. So he didn't know me. So anybody that know me know not to give me Rondo or Ben Simmons room. Mm-hmm. So he was leaving me, giving me space. I was just pulling them Jones. I probably hit like 3-4 trays in a row on him, and I just was going at him and ones and all that. Like that was probably the best like my career. Like I finished the game with like it basically was like a Reese Rice and LeBron situation. Not saying I'm on LeBron or Reese Rice level or he is, but it was like we got blew out, but we was going at it. Like I finished the game with 28, 8 and 8. I was 2 rebounds and 2 assists shy of a triple double. He finished the game with like 50. Like I think he had like 7 or 8 rebounds and probably had like 15 assists. And we ended up losing the game by almost 50. You know what I'm saying? But that because I was going at him, like, and after the game, he was like, man, good game, man. Good game, man. You got a future in basketball. You know what I'm saying? From there, that really like had me feeling myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that was the one time when I was like, man, I'm gonna go at this dude. And the crazy thing is, they recorded the game, but they pulled a Jordan Crawford on me when Jordan Crawford dunked on LeBron, and they pulled that footage. Like, they wasn't trying to give up that tape. Not saying I destroyed him, but, like, I was going at him. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, nobody could see the score in the highlight, John. So I'm harassing my coach. I'm trying to get the information and seeing. I'm trying to get the film. I'm trying to use that, you know what I'm saying, to get myself looked at, to get some. I'm like, yo, who this book going at Tyree Evans, even though he was younger than me in prep school. You know, I was trying to get that jump, but they confiscated that tape, man.
Damn.
That John. They did the MJ Brown John. I seen you seen that picture the other day on Twitter?
Oh yeah, when Brown beat MJ at camp.
Yeah, they deleted that footage too. But
they did. They be deleting footage when Mike get beat, but it's cool though. It's cool. I'm not gonna go there today.
I don't believe it. I don't believe Mike lost, man.
To Brown, I don't know.
I don't believe it.
When Brown was 18, I believe it.
Listen, anybody on this earth, I believe them losing a 1-on-1. But anybody tell me they beat Kobe or Jordan, I need proof. I need footage. I say they can be beat, but they've lost 1-on-1s before to somebody. I just need to know who, and I need proof of it. Stackhouse talking about, because everybody know Kobe used to destroy Stackhouse at the Bellevue when he was in high school. Stackhouse said recently that he won most of them games. Where's the footage? We don't believe you.
Yeah, definitely don't believe him.
I mean, he probably did beat him, though. You got to think about it. Stackhouse a grown man in the NBA. Kobe was skilled, but he ain't had that grown man strength. I'm pretty much sure Stackhouse beat him one-on-one, but like I said, I got to see it.
Yeah. What's
so
the worst?
Got agents.
What's the worst like agent story or like payment story like you ever heard or something like that? Something crazy.
My worst experience with an agent. Let me see. Let me think. Man, you got me thinking like I'm like 50. I got to think back. Yeah, my. Let me see. Yeah, my worst experience was this agent I had. I forget his name, but it was called. I think it was called Aspire Management. Guy from like I think he was from like Ohio. Was managing me when I was playing semi-pro in the States. He was like the most unprofessional. He reminded me of like a public defender that walks in a courtroom with like with a suit, looks like he got it from the Salvation Army. Like he just like he wasn't working. Like I'd be like, yo, what's up? You got opportunity for me? I'll let you know. It had no, but I never had no like. If you ask me like, did anybody ever swindle me out of any money or do anything spicy like that? Nah. I fired one of my agents, my actual second agent. His name was Juan Carlos Garcia. He just was lazy. Like I was getting offers and doing stuff on my own. And I won't say I had the best resume to work with, but he just was lazy. Like I just was doing so much on my own. And he got to the point that like he got so mad when I got this job offer and he was trying to get his cut, but I told him like, you didn't help me get this job. I got this on my own. And like I had like a little battle with him, like to get him out his contract with me to get another, but that was it. Had this guy John Watson in Australia. He was from Australia. He was the best agent I had. Like I'm talking about, he always would check on me, ask me how's my family doing. He would like this like call me, ask me like regular stuff, like how am I feeling. He would like send me like advances before I got my money from my contracts. Like invite me to come visit. Now I could bring my girl down there, stay at his home. Like he was like, he made me feel like it was more than just business.
Yeah. So like, what's your advice to like young Coopers that want to like probably like make the NBA, or if they're not good enough to make NBA, go play overseas?
My best advice to people: number one, do your schoolwork. Don't make it easier for a coach to cut you because your grades ain't right, or make a coach be forced to cut you because your grades not right. That's the first thing I want to tell people. Don't play around in school, because there are so many people who didn't make it to the NBA or didn't play D1 ball or didn't get to play pro ball overseas just because they couldn't keep their grades up. Because I tell people, most coaches know that there's talent out here, and the reason why these guys ain't play D1 ball is because their grades wasn't right or they couldn't pass their SATs. But then there's some coaches and scouts that will think that, oh, he didn't play D1 ball, he not good enough, you know. And then most importantly, there's plenty that say, oh, well, he ain't that serious. He ain't want to keep his grade. That's the next thing I want to tell them. The next thing I want to tell people is, don't let nobody like tell you that you can't play at a certain level or you're not good enough. You know, if a person gives you constructive criticism, then listen to them, because they're telling you something that you can improve on, and most likely, maybe let me say that, but listen to constructive criticism if they're really trying to be helpful.
Yeah, but they really care. They really care.
Because they care. Because a lot of people will give you criticism, but you can tell they don't care for you to get better at what they're criticizing you on. But I tell people that the young guys be able to take criticism. If a guy says, coach tells you that you're good, but your fundamentals stink. Believe him. He tells you need to work on your conditioning. Believe him. He tells you your IQ stinks. Believe him. These guys come from an era where it was more mental than physical, and they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I can tell people. Listen to those people.
Mhm.
Do your schoolwork and don't fool around. And if a coach tells you you're not playing after high school, you're not playing after college, use that as motivation. Don't let people tell you what you can't do, because when people tell you that, sometimes people could really be telling you that to motivate you, but you'll never know.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta be able to like take that criticism and like transfer
And make
it.
it sound positive.
Exactly.
And another thing, don't think just because somebody ranked higher than you or average more points than you that you can't compete with them, or don't think that that means that you don't belong on a court with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I tell people that all the time, man. They humans, they breathe just like us. Everybody has a bad game.
Yeah. All right. So, future goals. What's next? I know you got a couple companies out there and everything. You want to like talk about
Yeah.
that a little bit?
We got a lot of time on our hands, so I'm sure you contemplating on, what's going on next for you.
We sure do have a lot of time on our hands. Um, well, what's current for me is I've been retired from playing professionally for the past almost 4 years. I've been, I started the little basketball academy I got up here at the JCC. I got the OT Skills and Drills Academy. So that what that is I mentor youth on not just basketball, on life. Um, I treat, I teach just fundamentals. Um, you can learn all them tricks from somebody else. Um, I do one-on-one instruction. I do group classes. I got that. Um, I got 2 clothing lines. I got an urban clothing line here in Philly called Pro Shit, Pro Stuff. Um, it represents being the best version of yourself, but being a professional, not just on a basketball court, but whatever you're passionate about, whatever you're serious about, just giving it your all.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sports apparel brand in Makati, Metro, Manila, Philippines, called OT Sportswear. Um, it's a brand inspired by me, OT, me, of course. And it basically represents the journeyman, the guy that's told no a million times, the guy that doesn't get no run at the park most of his childhood, that gets better. Like, just tell people to just work. Some people are late bloomers. So everybody doesn't learn or excel. Plenty of people were 10 times better than me in high school, but after high school they couldn't tie my sneaks. Like, that's the best thing I tell people with that, and that's the future for me. With this coronavirus and everything, I don't know what my future is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
The world might be over. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. We laugh about it.
Tomorrow
We
is
don't
not
really know.
promised.
That is definitely not a promise.
We don't know. It's not, tomorrow's not promised, and it definitely doesn't look promised with this coronavirus, COVID-19, man. So that's what's next for me, man. Besides that, I want to eventually, have my own camp every summer. Try to get some sponsors. Try to get like a free camp every summer or very low cost. Because everybody ain't fortunate like me to have a parent to send them to camps growing up, or to pay a trainer, or like to work on a game just to have something to do, like to get some motivation to do something. So like that's what's next for me, that I'm hoping I can do. And what basically I just want to do is I just want to just motivate people, because I'm a prime example of a journeyman with anything, not even just basketball.
Yeah.
Like, just not to give up, and just to work hard using motivation, man. I mean, you
got
see,
any part of
Kobe had Mamba mentality, and he was better than everybody. So
yeah.
that should tell people he in the gym doing 3 a days. You know what I'm saying? He better than everybody almost, and basically not almost. He better in his prime. He better than everybody in the NBA.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
still gym ratting. So that should tell people something.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Anything you want to leave the people with before we wrap it up?
As far as basketball or anything?
Anything.
Anything you want to say? Anything you want to get off the chest?
I would just tell everybody, I know everybody is upset that they can't go to couldn't go to their high school graduation, can't go to their college graduation, their prom. Thank you for giving me that. Their prom. One of my homies, supposed to get married a few weeks ago, couldn't get married. People having a hard time. I know the roughest thing people really having right now is not being able to have proper burial and funerals for their loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
My best advice I can say to people is try to stay positive. Use your time wisely. Take the good out of it's good in everything. Take the good out of this. A lot of us are locked in our homes. Some of us still have to go to work, but majority of us are either laid off or aren't working at the time because of this, or aren't in school because of this. So take this time to maybe clean out your computer and create room. Reorganize your home, clean your home. Just do all the things that you procrastinate about during the regular times before this happened. Just try to do that. Keep yourself busy. Try to look at the TV as much. I would say not look at the TV, at the news at all, but just try not to look at it as much because it is very draining and depressing.
Word.
But use this time to just like I said, keep yourself busy, spend it with your family, and just hope for the best.
Yeah.
Stop spending this time arguing with people, whether masks work or does masks work or are you going to get the virus? Look, listen, just follow directions, use common logical sense, and just relax and stay calm. Because I do believe that we will get past this. But what people have to do is stay positive,
Yeah.
Well, we just wanted to thank you for coming on today, and we really appreciate you being our first guest. I think you just set a high bar for the next few people,
definitely
for whoever comes after you. So we really appreciate that. We definitely learned a lot from you today.
I appreciate y'all having me.
No problem. All right,
do it again anytime.
Thanks.
All right.
So now, me and Gabe are going to talk about our favorite things from the past week. Gabe, do you want to go first?
Yeah, man. So since we've been in the crib, we don't really got much to do, but just be on our phones and do shit like that all day. And I've been noticing a trend on TikTok.
What's the trend?
Two trends on TikTok. It's the young boy fans be like, and from All American be like, I don't know if y'all seen these, but these shits is really hilarious, bro. Like these niggas really be going around acting like they young boy, being aggressive, like walking around grabbing bread with their bare hands, squishing it. Then the little Spencer James Jones, they talking about how Spencer be angry on the show All American. It's honestly comical. There's a lot of people doing it, but it's one of them things that's not getting old the more you see it, like because everybody doing it differently, and I think it's funny. And I really like watching people express their creativity. You know what I'm saying, through TikTok. It's a very creative place.
Hey y'all, go check out my TikTok, yo. I just got 2,000 views on my job, bro. I'm up here. I got 200 something likes, bro. Go like my shit.
You was running it up on the talk, huh?
I was. I'm trying to plug myself. Trying to get TikTok famous out here.
As you should, bro. Go ahead, bro. What was your favorite things from this week?
My favorite thing is Quarantine Radio, bro, by Tory Lanez, bro.
Tory.
Bro, that shit keep me entertained for hours, bro. I'm supposed to be doing shit. I'm just sitting here on my phone, just entertained, bro. This nigga's really stupid as hell, bro. Like he just be singing quarantine all the time, bro.
Instagram really out here hating on my man Tory because he not doing nothing to nobody. He just trying to help these young women make a couple dollars, trying to keep us entertained. You know what I'm saying, during this trying time. But Instagram steady hating.
That joint come on tomorrow, actually. Keep it being.
Yeah, another thing is the little DJ battles, the beat battles that everybody been having.
Bro, DJ Premier and RZA was amazing, bro.
DJ D Nice doing his little sets like nightly. Like he really been doing a set every day on his little club quarantine live and hasn't repeated a song. And this been going on for like crazy. 2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks. Like, shout out to all the people that's been, you know what I'm saying, doing their little DJ sets, doing little concerts from the crib. Like, this is the type of stuff that's really keeping us going. Y'all essential in my book, especially you, Tory.
Especially you, Tory. You really keeping me entertained, bro.
You out here, it's some bitches you got out here, and you keeping their lights on, Tory. You keeping their lights on, and all they gotta do is pour a bottle of milk on themselves, Tory. They making more bread on their little Cash App than they do from their job
right now.
All because of you, Tory. That's essential. That's essential work.
Fuck out of here. All right. Well, I think that
concludes this week's episode of the Socially Distant Podcast. Just know that we post every Wednesday at 3 on Spotify and SoundCloud. The YouTube comes out a day later at 3 o'clock. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah,
I'll put those links in the bio.
Oh, thanks to everyone that just followed us, all new followers. Appreciate y'all.
Definitely.
We up to like 100, 150, I think, on Instagram. I don't know where we at on Twitter, but I appreciate y'all, all of y'all.
Definitely thank y'all for following and supporting the movement we got going on. We appreciate everybody who been here since day one, especially, and all the new people alike. Just keep on growing with us. And one more thing, like I said last week, if you have some music that you would like to be have featured on the podcast, send it to our email. I'm gonna drop it on the video right here. Send it to our email. I'll post something on Instagram about it too. Don't put it in our Instagram inboxes because we're not gonna look at it.
Not at all.
Don't answer our questions with the link to your music because we're not gonna do that.
Not at all.
Be professional about it.
Be professional. Email us.
You know what I'm saying? And you might get featured on here. You know what I'm saying? Because as we're growing our platform, we would like to see other people grow their platform too.
Word.
So you know, we trying to put some people on that some people might not have heard, and you know the best way to grow is word of mouth. But that being said, thank you for tuning in for another week, and we'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.
Look, I'm the type to put 22 inches on the motherfucking Benz. Only fucking with myself, never follow trends. Too many niggas got them, so I stopped wearing Timbs. People shame I do it for your wife and her friends. Cartier gold frame, see the money through the lens. Never ask a nigga what's his means to his ends. If you ain't hustle with me, we ain't close enough friends. And I'ma